MixQuinn presents a read-along and reading response for The Epic Adventures of Huggy and Stick by Drew Daywalt and David Spencer. You'll want to pick up a copy of this book from your favorite bookstore or library so you can follow along. The illustrations tell a big part of the story. The Epic Adventures of Huggy and Stick by Drew Daywalt and David Spencer. Huggy and Stick belonged to a little boy named Reese, and like many things that belong to little boys, they spent a good part of their time being lugged around in a backpack. That is, until the day an open zipper, a large bump on the sidewalk, and Reese's bicycle combined to create an accident. This is their story. It isn't pretty. Sunday. Lost.
Dear Diary, I love Huggy. He is so cool. Today I fell out of Reese's backpack, and Huggy tried to save me, but we both fell out. Then the rain washed us out to sea, and now we're in this circle-shaped super bouncy boat. My friend Huggy, Captain Me, Ocean, Adventure.
Dear Diary, I hate Stick. I really do. I tried to push him out the backpack today, but his pointy head snagged a loose thread on my paw, and we both fell out. Now I'm writing this from a dirty tire floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Sunday, Pacific Ocean.
Dear Diary, best trip ever! Today we were rescued by these nice guys in super awesome hats. I told Huggy they must be some kind of super awesome hat club. They showed us their cool swords, and Huggy gave them his button. Then Huggy kind of barfed on one with the biggest hat, and they had us try out their diving board. Strange, though. They sailed away after we dove into the ocean. Oh well, so much fun!
Dear Diary, worst trip ever. Today we were captured by pirates. I was robbed of my lucky gold button. I got seasick on their captain. Then they made us walk the plank. Now stuffing's coming out my butt. Wonderful. Monday, Australia.
Dear Diary, today we swam ashore and met a giant mouse with a pocket on her tummy. She gave us a ride, but it was so bumpy that Huggy fell out. I didn't want him to get injured, so I broke his fall. Thank goodness I was there, or he could have been hurt. Big Pocket Mouse, Flying Huggy, I'll save you.
Dear Diary, there's a stick up my butt. I hate my life. Tuesday, Asia.
Dear Diary, today we rode on a plane. Instead of going home, though, we ended up in this magical forest where a giant teddy bear tried to kiss me. I think Huggy likes me more than he admits because he got jealous and pulled me away before the teddy bear could kiss me. Hugs. Plain selfie.
Dear Diary, today a giant panda tried to eat Stick. That's what pandas eat. Sticks. Somehow Mr. Woodforbrains thought he was gonna get a kiss. I'm not sure why I saved him, but I did. Unfortunately, the bear didn't appreciate me taking away his lunch. Wednesday, Europe.
Dear Diary, another great day. This morning we hopped a train, and I made Huggy a new arm. It's even better than his old one, if you ask me.
When we got off the train, Huggy said he wanted to find his own way home. But he tripped on the train tracks, and I grabbed him and saved his life. There was a TV reporter there, and now everyone's calling me a hero. Because we're now famous, we got to meet the Queen. Did you know she has a sword too? I definitely need to get a sword. Dear Diary, I don't believe this. I almost get run over by a train, and Stick gets knighted by the Queen of England? In what universe is that fair? I'd chop him into little pieces with my new arm, but it only seems to be good for eating hearty soups. Thursday, Africa.
Dear Diary, after a boat ride, then a trip across a desert on a camel, we ended up in the jungle. How cool is that? After running a fun race, we found a giant lake and jumped in to cool off. Huggy began to swim home, but it turned out we didn't have to swim because this huge fish offered us a free ride in his mouth. I love today. Start of Rhino race, tree tunnel full of loud rope, adoring fans, super winning, fancy horse, very tall dog, cats with great hair, helpful fish.
Atlantic Ocean. Dear Diary, this is getting crazy. Today we ended up in a jungle where furious, charging rhinoceros would have destroyed us both had I not grabbed Stick and jumped into the ocean to get away. The rhino shouldn't feel too badly that we escaped, though, because after jumping into the water, we were promptly eaten by a shark. My only hope is that sharks are allergic to stuffed animals. Friday, Antarctica.
Dear Diary, holy moly, did you know sharks are allergic to stuffed animals? And he spit us up. So cool! Still enjoying our trip around the world, we swam to an iceberg. There were little elves in tuxedos living there. So cute! I wanted to eat them up. Unfortunately, they wanted to eat us too. Nom nom nom!
Dear Diary, where do I start? The barfing shark? The vicious stuffed animal eating penguins? I taste like socks. How could they not know that? Or the long swim to South America from the freezing Antarctic? Ugh, I need a nap. Saturday, South America.
Dear Diary, can you say amazing? Because that's what the rainforest is. All those cool animals, and those nice people who turned me into a sippy straw. I even saved Huggy from those mean fish that tried to eat him. Golly gumdrops, Huggy and I make a great team. New life goals.
Dear Diary, can you say horrible? Because that's what the rainforest is. Poisonous frogs, bugs as big as my head, and fish that eat anything, including stuffed bunny legs. Stop trying to eat me, world. Not only that, I had to save Stick from some people who hollowed him out and used him as a blowgun to shoot at monkeys and sloths all morning. Weirdest trip ever. Sunday, North America.
Dear Diary, we landed back home today. This has been the best trip ever. And I never would have made it if it weren't for Huggy, my best friend.
Dear Diary, Stick slept through the llama ride, the train ride, 2 bus rides, the small plane trip, then 200 miles on the back of a very determined Chihuahua. If I never go anywhere with that smiling piece of wood again, it will be too soon. The next day. Stick, no! Don't pull that thread!
Relax! It's just a loose string. Cool!
You have got to be kidding me. That was the end of the epic adventures of Huggy and Stick. For now. And now for the reading response. Huggy and Stick are on the loose again, but where did they end up? Follow the directions on your worksheets to let dice rolls guide your journey in this introduction to role-playing adventures. You can find a link to these worksheets in the video description below. D20s, i.e. 20-sided dice, are ideal for this activity, but if all you have available are standard 6-sided dice, aka D6, then roll 4 at a time and do a little extra math. 21 would correspond with 1, 22 with 2, 23 with 3, and 24 becomes a roll again. Ready with your supplies? Here's how the game works. The first roll indicates Huggy and Stick's mode of transportation. The second roll tells you where they ended up. The third roll gives a hint at what befell them there. Write these down, then add your own details. That's your first draft. Now rewrite that same scenario from the perspectives of both Huggy and Stick. How did they experience the same events differently? This can be done in partners so that each is writing the scene from only one perspective. Together, the 2 journal entries will tell the whole story. Add extra details to discover in the illustration and share the resulting adventures.